Paul Brown Stadium opened for football in September of 2000, and since then, the fans have been pouring in to watch their beloved Bengals play. Welcome to Cincinnati. I'm Tom Hammond. Beside me in the booth, Chris Collinsworth. Thanks for being with us for this Week 13 matchup between the Bengals and the Lions. And we're set to go. We'd like to let you know that this game is brought to you by Snickers. Hansen tees up the ball and looks ready to kick it deep. Booming kick. Has it at the 5.
Get the offensive line to maintain their box.
1st and 10. The Detroit Lions line up in a 4-3. On the ground with a tailback. The 50. The back got some open field and was able to get a nice run.
You could just tell he was not going to the ground until he got past that first down marker. I really like the determination in this guy in picking up first downs.
It's completed. Stays on his feet. What a hit! Gain of 9.
Now that's the kind of pass pattern I used to always love to run, because if the defense is even a little bit lax in their coverage, it's pretty easy to get that one in there.
Alexander drags him to the ground at the 27.
Yeah, they guessed wrong on that one. They thought it was going to be a play inside. They slanted those tackles in, got caught to the outside, and when you get an athlete in the open field like that, look out. He almost broke that one.
They'll throw on 1st down. And the pass falls incomplete. They can't complete the pass. Now the offense will be looking at 2nd down.
Try to catch the defense napping. Fake the run and look to send it deep.
The defense is in the nickel. They hand it off. Play fake. Pass is complete. What a brutal hit. The defense just didn't match up well on that play. They're in field goal range. This will be their first snap inside the 20 today. Fakes the run. Fires it out. It's completed. Touchdown, Bengals. Outstanding play to the wide receiver as he took it the distance.
Just a great route that time. No way that he wasn't going to catch that football and score with that one. That was beautiful.
Graham lining up for the point after. Up and good. Cincinnati in control. Cincinnati looks ready to kick it away. Decent kick. Takes it from the 10.
You have to be careful not to fall out of contention early, so you're looking for them to put some points on the board and stay in this one.
The Bengals line up with a nickelback. And that one got him 5 yards.
Yeah, we'll call that one cookies and scream. He went for the cookies, and the coach started screaming.
The Cincinnati Bengals bring in the nickelback. Here's the halfback, still moving. Steps out at the 46-yard line. Morris found some room and was able to pick up the first.
That's so frustrating for a defensive coordinator. You get a guy in position to make a big play on defense, he misses a tackle, and you give up a first down. You could see he saw where the hole was or where it was supposed to be, but it just closed up so quickly.
The Bengals line up in a 4-3. He drops back, passes on the move, batted away. Smith wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play.
Give this defense a shot.
The Cincinnati Bengals bring in their quarter defensive package. He drops back to pass under heavy pressure. And that one will go for a first. The Bengals line up in a 4-3. Pettigrew goes in motion. Looks like they're going to make a nickel and dime. They give it to the table.
Everybody knows it, but a tough running game will help your passing attack be even more effective.
The Cincinnati Bengals bring in the nickel package. Drops back. And he caught it. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Lions. Stafford watched his receiver get some room and got it to him for 6. And this for the tie. And the point after is good. Hansen is just about ready to put his leg into this. Nice kick, plenty of distance. Fields it at the 3. They couldn't stop them from getting into the end zone the last time out.
You got to be aware of everything going on out there. If you see a weakness, you got to attack it.
The Lions line up in a 4-3. Here's a counter. Still moving. That was an excellent run there to pick up the first.
Well, they brought the blitz that time. The offensive line did a pretty good job recognizing it. They got the blocks, but the back was still able to get out of there for a nice game.
Drops back on first down. Throws while on the run. And it's incomplete.
Yeah, he has to put a little more elevation on that one. It came out sort of as a line drive and really never gave his receiver a chance to go get that one.
The Detroit Lions come out in a 4-3. Here's a pitch outside. What a hit. I don't think he even saw that guy.
One thing these guys cannot do is give up on this running game. If they do and become one-dimensional, it makes it awfully easy on the defense.
The Lions bring in their dime package. Short pass. Makes the throw out to his right.
I always have to snicker a little bit when I see a pass play like that. I can almost hear John Madden talking about how can you pick up the first down when you...
And that's the end of the first quarter. We've got a tie ball game. The Cincinnati Bengals, 7. The Lions, 7. I'm not sure I really agree with his call to go for it, but that's why I'm not a coaching, folks. It's a direct snap. The 40, the 30, the 20. He's out at the 6.
And I know this is a game of emotion, and if you're not emotional on the football field, you're going to get beat anyway, but you can't let your emotions get away from you.
Another trip to the red zone. Last time it resulted in a touchdown. Here's the give.
The defense is trying to shut down the running game early to force them to pass. We'll see if it works, or whether or not they'll stay with it later in the game.
About a yard to pay dirt. Set. Here's the halfback. White will tackle him for a loss. Great penetration there.
And, Tom, that was because the defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain.
The Lions line up with a nickel back, and the snap goes right to the back. Touchdown, Bengals. Perfect time to go with the run. What a touchdown.
They just ran it right at them, didn't they? And they were not going to be stopped on that one. Nice job up front by the offensive line to control the point of attack. They got an excellent push right from the snap, and the running back did the rest.
And the point after is good. Cincinnati is up a touchdown. Cincinnati gets ready to kick it away. Kicks it off. Fields it at the 13. The defense gave up a touchdown on the last series.
Boom! This defense will stop them for sure.
Ball on their own 27. The Bengals go with a 4-man front. He looks to throw on first down. Hall has the pick. The 30, and he's got room to run. The 10, they'll score. Touchdown. What a great interception return by this defense.
And there's nothing that charges up a defense more than a play like that. When they start thinking that they can score, they love coming back out on the field.
Graham lining up for the point after. Point after is good.
It's amazing how much quicker defensive backs look to me on the field today than, say, 20, 25 years ago when I played. I think it was 25 years ago. It feels like about 105 years ago. But they have some great athletes out there right now.
Takes it at the 12. The defense dealt a crippling blow to this offense the last time they had the ball. The Cincinnati Bengals come out in a 4-3. They'll throw on first down. Defense closing in. Caught out of bounds, incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete.
Try this defense here.
The Bengals bring in their dime package. He drops back. Pass completed. Huge hit. And that looked like the exact same play they just ran. And they'll crank up the no huddle. First down, looking to throw. Pass is complete. The 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Lions. That's a huge play by the quarterback. Hansen lining up for the point after. Up and good. And that was really a costly penalty.
Boy, that is just a gift. You might as well send flowers and candy because they are going to really appreciate that gift.
Kicks this one deep.
Just a few first downs now, and you can run out the clock. Everybody in the stadium's thinking run. That's why I'd be thinking pass right here.
The Lions line up in a 4-3. Here's the halfback.
So important to get nice runs like that early in the ball game because it sets up play action for later.
The Detroit Lions go with a four-man front. A little misdirection.
You know, as a former wide receiver, I never liked running the football ever. I thought it should be banned from the game, but when you can run it like that, boy, it's sure easy to make those calls.
The Lions line up in a 4-3.
Cowboy, 72.
They hand it off. He gains a couple of yards on the carry.
I'm thinking I'd just run it right at him. Protect the football. That's all you should be thinking. You're not going to be passing in this situation.
Ball on their own 19. The Detroit Lions go with a four-man front. On the ground with the tailback. DeVries drops him for a loss.
Well, those defenders get paid too, and every once in a while they win the battle. Clearly that time they were all over this offensive line.
Green, 64.
The Lions bring in their dime package.
Riverside.
He drops back to pass. All kinds of pressure. And it's incomplete.
And if you had a guy that big running at you, all you would do is just turn and hide, brother. I know you.
This is a pretty controversial call. I really would have expected them to punt this ball. It's a direct snap. He's got everybody beat.
Work done is a tough guy. He can take an inside handoff and bounce it to the outside or just go outside. But he's also very effective running the ball between the tackles.
They come out in a nickel. Drops back on first down. Throws the deep pass. Drops the easy pick. Trying to make make something happen, or was that just a bad pass?
Not so much a bad pass as a bad decision. He saw the coverage there, simply had to go to the next receiver. He didn't make the right move.
Here's the halfback. That was an excellent run there to pick up the first.
Yes, sir. He really found a nice hole, was able to exploit it for a good gain. They're going to have to do a better job getting in those running lanes if they're going to stop him consistently.
He looks to throw on first down. He's laying it out there. There with a catch. Touchdown, Bengals.
Try the field goal. Just take the point.
Graham lining up for the point after. The PAT is no good.
You know, I really shouldn't laugh, but sometimes it's just funny watching the coaches and the players on the sideline. They always have the same reaction. They watch it, and they're all excited, and then they just turn their entire bodies around and put their back to the poor kicker who now has to just slowly walk off the field.
And we've come to halftime here. The score is 27-14. Bengals. Detroit awaits the kickoff to start the third quarter. And here's the kick. Fields it at the 11.
No time to fool around now. You have to get the ball into your star players' hands, and they have to create some big plays because time is really becoming a factor.
Nickel defense. They hand it off. On play action. He's under pressure. He lost it. The Lions recover. You know, the defense is upset at that missed opportunity.
Turnovers can definitely turn the football game around, and that defense had a chance that time to make a big play.
There are 7 defensive backs on the field for the defense. He drops back to the field. Gives a little pump fake. And the bomb is away. Almost picked. Quarterback dodges a bullet on that one.
He just never seemed to even recognize the coverage on that play. Took a chance and laid it up there. Luckily for him, that defensive back's hands aren't very good.
Drops back to pass. Pass is complete. The 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Lions. Johnson now has 2 touchdown catches. Hansen lining up for the point after. And the point after is good. Detroit will be kicking off. Gets a good kick here. Should have downed it there.
Sometimes in that situation, you see a guy break it out of there for a big gainer, and the crowd goes crazy, and everybody's excited, and sometimes you get stopped inside the 20, and it hurts your team.
Dunn is the deep back as they line up in the eye. They'll throw on first down. Move forward under heavy pressure. Palmer got to him in a hurry on that play.
Be aware of the pass rush here. You can't take a safety.
Obvious passing situation here on 2nd and long. The Lions go with a 4-man front. On play action, here's the deep throw. No one will touch it. The 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Bengals. He just made an excellent catch there.
Good call by the offensive coordinator that time. He knew they were going to try and come after him, stack the line of scrimmage. He goes with the pass and gets the touchdown.
Graham lining up for the point after. The point after is good. Number 10 looks to send this one deep. Decent kick. From the 7.
They have time to get this done here. And I always thought it was a great situation for an offense because defenses tend to play a little more cautious here. Gives you a chance to get some momentum on your side.
The Bengals line up at a 4-3. Drops back on first down.
I'm not sure there was much he could do there. I'm not even sure he saw those guys coming. I tell you what, though, if they don't start doing a better job protecting up front, it's going to be a long day for this quarterback.
He throws it. The 30, the 40, at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Lions. A remarkable touchdown play. Hansen lining up for the point after. Hansen puts it through, and it's a 6-point game. Detroit gets ready to kick it away. Good distance on the kick. Fields it at the 1. Defense gave up a touchdown the last time.
Go for the home run on this pass. Keep an eye out for those safeties lurking.
Ball on their own 19. The Lions go with a 4-man front. First down, looking to throw. He throws on the run. He gets knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Nice job getting that pass out of there, and he picks up the first down. First and 10. The Detroit Lions come out in a 4-3. They'll give it off here. Play fake. Throws on the run. Pass is complete. So they get 2 first downs on their last 2 plays.
And they're getting it done, seeing the whole field and taking advantage of what the defense is giving them right now.
They'll go from the I formation. They'll give it off here. Nice play fake. Rolls right. And it's incomplete. Second down coming up after the incomplete pass.
Use all of the field when passing. Make sure the defense can't just sit there on any particular route.
One-man backfield. Little handoff. Makes the run. Throws the deep pass. He couldn't hang on to it. That pass was very nearly intercepted.
And that would have been a huge defensive play, a chance to get this defense off the field, stop the drive, but he just couldn't hold on.
He drops back to pass. He's there for the catch. Peterson drops him at the 46-yard line. And they do complete the pass, but he'll end up just a bit short of the first.
And that's tough. It looked like he was going to make the first down all the way there, but a good open field tackle. Now it's decision time. Do you go for it here on 4th down?
They'll hurry back to the line. Drops back. And it's caught. He's brought down at the 26. That's his 4th tackle. They had a tough time tracking him down.
And from the quarterback standpoint, nobody sees in the statistics that was just a little pass and a great speedy receiver out there. All they see is a nice big game.
First down, looking to throw. And he caught it. That play goes for about 6.
Now you're getting close. Run this play and get it even closer.
They're inside the 20. So their last red zone visit resulted in a touchdown. Let's see if the defense can hold them this time. Palmer sends one of his guys in motion. Pitch left. Henry tackles him at the 17-yard line.
I don't know, Tom. Didn't look like he hit the hole with very much conviction on that one.
A fresh set of downs if they can get this one past the 16-yard line. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Cincinnati Bengals, 34. The Lions, 28. All on the 17-yard line. And this is the 9th play of the current drive. So about 3 minutes left. Sims will tackle him for a loss.
Just a little gut check there. Sometimes the offense makes that one final block, allows the running back to get it upfield, not for a big game, but for a first down.
The Lions line up in a 4-3. They'll give it off here. Touchdown, Bengals.
You need this conversion watch here. When you see your man, fire the ball at him.
They'll go for 2 in this situation.
Set. Hey.
Drops back. And it's caught. And the defense comes up short on stopping them. Number 10 tees up the ball and looks ready to kick it deep. Kicks it very low, and it's not going very far. Fields it at the 26. They'll take over at the 39.
Try this defense here.
1st and 10. The Bengals come out in a 4-3. First down, looking to throw. Defense closing in. Tips it away. Hall gets his hand on it.
Call this defense here.
They line up in the shotgun. Back to throw. It's complete. And that pass was moving.
Yeah, and it's not that quarterbacks without strong arms can't make it in this league. But boy, it sure is an asset to have a guy with a cannon like that.
They'll throw on 1st down. Oh, and he dropped it. Williams was unable to make the catch on that pass attempt.
This is a good one to call.
The Cincinnati Bengals come out with 8 guys in the box. The linebackers shift over a little. Drops back to pass. All kinds of pressure.
Boy, oh boy, he's got to be feeling that one right now. That is one nasty shot. And honestly, I think people are surprised just to see him get up.
The defense has about 7 defensive backs on the field. Moves up the 40.
This play might work. This is a good defense to call.
4th and short. Looks like they're going to make a nickel and dime. A little toss to the right. Joseph drops him at the 29-yard line.
Boy, if you can get that block on the edge out there, when you have a guy with this kind of speed and quickness, it just makes that play so much easier. And defensive coordinators go crazy. That's the one thing any defense should be able to do is contain that outside pitch.
25 big yards there, 1st and goal. And they'll go no huddle here. Drops back. Rifles it out there. Drops the sure pick. The quarterback made a poor decision right there and almost saw this drive come to a screeching halt.
I'm not sure if the defender didn't get a little case of the alligator arms there. Maybe he was thinking he was going to get hit and just couldn't come up with a catch.
He drops back. He's under pressure. End zone. It's completed. Touchdown, Lions.
The receiver just picked his way through the coverage, found a little room, and the ball was delivered perfectly.
Hansen lining up for the point after. Up and good. The kick team takes the field, and it looks like they'll go for the onside here. Here's the onside try. Dives forward.
Well, no reason to take a lot of chances here. You just want to run out as much clock as you can. Don't take huge chances. If you have to at the end of the game, rely on your defense to win.
With the carry. Dunn gets 3 yards on the carry.
Looks like there's room to the outside. Just make sure you keep it inbound so the clock keeps on ticking.
The Lions line up in a 4-3. Number 49 goes in motion. Here's a counter play. He's got space to run. The 20, the 10, steps out of bounds at the 7. Good gain of 28. It's first and goal. One man backfield. They go to the right. Makes the run. He's got space to run. Touchdown, Bengals.
Try the field goal. Just take the points.
Graham lining up for the point after. And the point after is good. The Bengals in control. Number 10 lines up to kick this one away. Kicks it off. From the 10. They'll take over at the 24-yard line.
Call this defense here.
Ball on their own 24. The Cincinnati Bengals go with a four-man front. First down, looking to throw. They have to find a way to provide better protection for it.
Pretty hard to execute an offense when they get in the backfield that quickly. You know, we talked about going to a 5-step drop or a 3-step drop. They might have to go to a 1-step drop.
It's completed. We'll see if the defense can make another stop here on third down.
Yeah, that sets it up now for third down. We always talk about third down conversions, but if you have good second down plays, it gives you a chance to get into some blitz packages now on third down.
And the pass falls incomplete. Johnson wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play.
This is a good one to call.
Looks like they're going to make a nickel and dime it. Looks like they'll opt to go for it here. He drops back to pass. Pass completed. Defense pushes him out of bounds at the 47. That was really a remarkable catch.
If you have receivers that can make catches like that, it is just almost impossible to defend. As a quarterback, you just throw it to the open spot and know that guy can go get it. What a play.
They'll throw on first down. Drops the easy pick. The defender got there in time to break that play up.
This is a good one to call.
The Bengals bring in their dime package. He drops back. It's incomplete. Williams was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete.
Try this one.
The defense opens up the umbrella. The Cincinnati Bengals line up with a quarter defense. There are 7 defensive backs on the field. He slides. Incomplete pass.
Not really sure about that call. I know the coaches in this league are getting a lot more aggressive, going for it on fourth down, but I don't know why they kept the offense out there that time.
Set. Hey.
It's a direct snap. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Bengals. And those defensive guys just got burned.
And you really have to put a run like that in perspective because these defensive players are fast, especially those guys in the secondary, and they simply could not catch it.
Graham lining up for the point after. Up and good. Number 10 is just about ready to put his leg into this one. He gets his leg into this one. From the 3.
I really don't think you have a choice at this point. You have to get in the 2-minute offense, try and get the ball down the field quickly in your star players' hands, change the momentum of the game.
The Bengals come out in a 4-3. He looks to throw on first down. And the pass falls incomplete. Johnson was unable to make the catch on that pass attempt.
Boom! This defense will stop him for sure.
They back off in coverage. The Cincinnati Bengals line up with a quarter defense. There are 7 defensive backs on the field. Drops back, moves up. Defense closing in. He's laying it out there. Almost picked. And they'll try one last pass to pad some stats. That's about all they'll get right here. He drops back to pass. He lays it out there. And the pass falls incomplete. So this one is all wrapped up. Our final score, the Cincinnati Bengals 56, the Detroit Lions 35.